Guys, deluded. Now, our midfield is very much open debate. Personally, I find it funny how when we were, you could say, less competitive in the sense that we had less money to spend, people, we were somehow playing better football. We had Cess, Nasri. Like, I didn't think much of Song as a player. I liked him, but people gassed it a bit. He was technically better than a lot of players that we had. Now, I don't know if that was my expectations or nostalgia or whatever, but it did seem genuinely like we were finding better players and we were playing better football than we currently do. And I say this to back up the point. When Arsenal were less competitive and we were literally just fighting for fourth and we were actually getting fourth consistently, we had players sought after by top teams in the world consistently. Cess at a point, Nasri, unfortunately Van Persie, etc., etc. Now I might sound like a hypocrite because then if you want to force it, you could say Bellerin, you could say Alexis on the basis that he's just went, Mesut, you could force the thing, but you guys know the point I'm trying to make, innit? But yeah, our midfield is always going to be in constant speculation. We're always going to judge it. Everybody's had their 2 pence about Wilshere. Personally, I hope he signs a new deal. The last 3 games or so, he's probably fallen off the boil a bit. But I want him to sign a new deal. Ramsey, his form's been quality. El Nene, his form's been decent. Well-deserved contract. People got onto me. I just feel we should have been trying to pattern off contracts in other areas. But shout to El Nene. One person, XHAKA. To some, he can do no right at all. And I'm not saying he's playing mad because he's not. He ain't playing like no enforcer. He still needs to improve defensively. I'm not going to sit here and say all of this. But he is putting in consistent performances. Is it perfect? No. Could he get better? Of course. But the last couple of games he's been playing, the last four or five games, like, credit where due. And I'm saying 4 or 5 games, don't quote me. Credit where due. The Milans, all of these games he's been patterning up. I'm so sure there was a game. Was it in Europa League? Or it might have been. No, it wasn't in the league. It was in Europa League. I can't remember who against. We were slacking. He came off the bench and he helped us get a rhythm in the game. Like I said, that man's not perfect. I'm not trying to make out he's playing blinders here. So you get me. He's playing decent. He's playing decent, man. He ain't been sent off this season. He's been sent off last season, so he's trying to improve in that. He still needs to calm down, but by that same logic, I like it. But in the 3-3 against Liverpool, the Watfords, the Milans, I don't think Liverpool's in the last 5 games, clearly it wasn't. The Southamptons, the Evertons, he was decent, man. Like I said, don't get me wrong, he was poor against Brighton. If the whole team was poor. He's been poor in a lot of games this year, but equally he's been decent. And I like to play it fair. If I think you're in dead form, I'm going to say it. If you think you're playing in good form, I'm going to say it. Wilshere, for me, for the large part of this season, has been in good form. In the last 3 or so games, he's been below par, to be honest. And his first team's slot at the immediate future, for me, if I'm picking the best team, I'm not going to pick Jack Wilshere. I'm going to actually pick El Nene and Ramsey, to be honest with you. And I mean, XHAKA and Ramsey / El Nene, depending on what the game is, and if Ozil can get forced on the flanks, which might happen in what's the thing called again? Europa League. But there's nothing more to be said. And if we want to be technical, I don't even care about stats, but just to help the agendas. And we know he's not a defensive mid. He was just signed here because he can pass the football and he needs to improve defensively. But just to push an agenda, I mean, yeah, he was playing in a different role. But for Gladbach, 141 appearances, 9 goals, 8 assists. For Arsenal, 86 appearances, 7 goals, 9 assists. So does that mean Arsene Wenger's improving players? Does that mean the players improving? I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't know, man. But away from all of that, he's playing decent, man. So, yeah, there's nothing more for me to add on that front, man. Guys, DG, I'm getting out you guys' hair now, man. Get a comment, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.